Hi, I'm Fleur of Book of Flowers and Gifts, and today I'm going to demonstrate a spring trug basket. So the basket's already lined with some plastic coating, that's fine. If for any reason it wasn't lined or there was a tear in this, I would advise you to line it with cellophane or fix a square bottom dish in there for your oasis, and then it'd stop it leaking. So I've already pre-soaked half a brick of Oasis. I'm sorry I've been repeating myself, but this is brown Oasis. It's eco-friendly. So that's what we're trying to do here at Book of Flowers. We're trying to go as eco-friendly as possible. Unfortunately, you can't hold water unless it's a plastic covering like such as this and dishes. But hopefully we'll get there one day. So in the bottom of the dish, in the middle, we've got what's technically known as a frog and some Oasis Fix on the bottom. This is waterproof, so it will stay in place. If there was water already on the base, it wouldn't stick as well. So we need to put this on while it's dry. So just position it in the middle of the trug. I have taken off some labels, but if you just take away your label and then sit the Oasis on its side. We need the height of the Oasis to put our stems in, because if it was too low we'd get nothing at this angle. Everything could have to be standing up and it wouldn't create a nice flow. Once we've done that, we need to just chamfer the edges. So you've all got like knives between you, and we just take away those sharp edges and just round them off, and it makes it a lot easier when we're covering the Oasis itself. Then we need some pot tape, and we need to take this across the width and the length, if I can find the end. There we are. So we'll go across first, take it around the base of the handle and stick it back on itself, so you can see there what it's doing. Then take it over the Oasis, pull it tight and cut it and take it round again. Okay, and then across the length like so. And that, with the frog, will hold your Oasis securely in place. So, spring flowers mainly today, because hopefully we will be in spring soon. So we've each got a lovely hyacinth. The smell is amazing. That's our focal flower. Then, does anybody know what these are called? Ranunculus. Well done. These are from the buttercup family, but they remind me of peony because they're just like folds and folds of lovely delicate petals. So we've got a couple of those each. I've taken the casualties so I can use, because I can, and we've probably got a couple of buds each because each stem has got a bud and a head. Then lovely strong purple Dutch tulips, wax flower, which is spring winter flower, and then to fill in and for a bit of length we've got a stem of chrysanthemum spray, the spider cream, and 2 stems of white spray carnations, which also smell. The coloured carnations for some reason don't. You get more of a scent on the white. So we've not only got a spring mix, we've got a nice scented mix as well. So first of all, we need to put our foliage in to create the shape and the height of the design. So this is leather leaf, and it's nice and long, and it's going to do a big job by coming in lengthways. So you need a decent amount of stem in the oasis, and we'll do one the other way to match. Okay, so that's about the widest length we want to go. Then notice I'm making this piece of leather leaf longer by leaving it on the main stem itself and then putting it into the oasis. And then your shorter pieces or any broken pieces will cover the top quite nicely. So again, extra length there. So I'm creating a skirt flowing down so that you don't see any oasis eventually. Like I say, any broken pieces, just pop them in the top. Okay. So that's done a pretty good job so far of covering and creating the shape. For the height, we don't want it to be too high because we want to be able to get our hand under there and to carry it. Pretend you're a bridesmaid. Okay. Right, next foliage I'm going to use is pistach, and this is great for filling in. It's a nice little mini leaf, and it's quite branchy. So if there are spaces in between, like for example here, you can see the space there, then fill it in with the pistach. And keep them in nice full bushy pieces as well, because that'll do a lot more work for you. I'll just leave the eucalyptus for a minute. I'll take these shorter pieces because I'm going to cut it anyway. So that's a nice long piece. So I'm going to put it here because there's a space there. So your eye will see where the spaces are when you come to do your baskets. And also we want to try and hide that tape because it's quite shiny, and if you see it through the flowers, it doesn't look nice. So it's nice if we can try and hide that away. Okay. So that's the basket pretty well greened ready. I've also got some eucalyptus, but I'm going to put that in last because I like to see the silver coming out, and if I put it in now it's going to be hidden. If you want to put it in now, that's fine. This is just a guide for you. So the first flower I'm going to put in is my hyacinth, and I'm going to cut it quite short on the slant, and then with the raw end that you've taken away, or the raw stem, make a little incision with that stem. Okay, so you're going in about half an inch, an inch. The reason we do this is because the stems themselves are very, very soft, and there's a lot of cells there, and they've got to do a lot of work and take up that oasis. Now with the stem I've just used, you can see what the oasis has done already. It kind of like clogs it all up, and in turn will stop that hyacinth from taking up water. The same goes for any soft stems. So if you're using daffodils, calla lilies, anything with a squidgy stem, make the incision first. You can also, if you want to add more stability, if it was a big arrangement, put the kebab sticks up the stems to give them support, because they get top heavy as they get older and fuller. Okay, so this is the focal. So nothing's coming higher. I've still got my hand space. Okay, and now nothing is to come higher, like I say, but everything is to come from this point and sweep down, and the same this way. So imagine there's a tent rope here, and that's your boundary, and the same here and down. Okay, so the length I'm going to put in next. So I've got my kind of pointers. So spray carnations are great because they're nice and long and they're strong. So I'm going to cut this one in half, and then approximately here, measure it and see how long you want it to be. So I'm going to cut it here on the sharp slant always. Take away the loose stem, bits of foliage, but also do not cut on the node. Like the hyacinth, there's a lot of cells in there, and that will get blocked easily. If you put a cut node in there, it won't take up water, it'll fail quickly. So this is coming along this side, and it's sweeping down. You can just turn it so it's doing its job. And again, I'll do the same with this piece here in there. So there I've got the tip points of each side. Now we're probably going to try and work out how wide we're going to come in the trug, or out the trug rather. So no wider than that is what we're aiming for. Same on the other side. And now you've got your boundaries totally in there. The rest of the spray carnations will make a bit of a pattern. So it's great that we've got some short ones as well, because they'll come up by the focal, which is probably the shortest stem in here. And you can leave them on a branch with a couple of stems as well. That's absolutely fine. And the nice long ones can come alongside your longer arms here. Okay, so I've just got a bud that I can do this. These are little shoots. I don't know if any of you have actually soaked them in water and rooted them and planted them, but you can do that. And I also quite like to put them in the arrangement itself, because it's a nice bit of foliage there too. Right, so the next main flower which I'm going to put in are my ranunculus. So sharp, cut on the slant. Again, these are like a straw. They're soft as well. So with the end that you've cut on the sharp edge, make your incision so you can see the stem just in there. Take it away. Look what it's done. It's folded it. So that in turn, it'd be like putting a plaster on the end and it's not getting any water. So by doing that, I've created the hole for there. Okay? And then this was already cut for me. So it's probably a little bit shorter than I would like, but that's okay. So I tell you what, we'll make this guy shorter. There you go. Okay, so they kind of match. You can have them as long as you want. You haven't got broken ones. And I'm going to put the buds in as well, because they just look gorgeous, don't they, as they are. So, and because they're bowing down, I'll just put it in here. And the same again for the other. Don't forget your incision. Okay, so that's the ranunculus. Now for our lovely tulips. All these flowers came in fresh today, so they've all had a good condition. And I'm thinking my ranunculus is kind of over this side, so I'm going to create a lazy snake of tulips. It's a dark colour. Some of you've got dark pink, some of you got purple. But to take your eye through the design, if you do a lazy S, it's not a straight line, so you're going to miss everything and just focus on one area. It wanders through the arrangement. So I'll put one in the other side. So that's kind of about as much as you want. But another thing, tulips carry on growing. So tomorrow they'll be high because they grow to the light. So you can either trim them and push them in again, or leave them to grow naturally and gracefully and bow like swan necks. Okay, so I think I'm going to move my carnation. We'll have another, we'll have spray cars there. And the last tulip, we will just be very short and place him below, a step below the hyacinth. Now I've got my spider chrysanths, lovely long legs, so we can work with them to our advantage. We've got a lot going on in the middle. We've got quite a few spaces here and here and here, so start focusing on the longer ones coming through and over your basket edge. Don't worry about blocking it totally in, because we've still got the waxflower and the eucalyptus. But the buds always look easier on the right of the eye if they're to the edge and your fuller heads to the centre. So nice long ones to the outer, just in here. And then your heavier heads don't have as long a stem, but they look better focusing in the middle. I'll just push that in a bit more. You can even push it right down. To create recession in your arrangement is good as well. It takes your eye through it. And there, okay. Then my wax flower. When you cut this, smell the stem, smells the lemon. And you can leave some nice long pieces to come through, and your short pieces on top. Got a long piece for this side as well. Make all your little bits work. So this is quite a heavy piece, so I'm going to take the centre away, push it into the middle of the arrangement, and then this long piece is coming over the side. So that one piece has done two jobs. Nice long piece here as well. Yeah, we'll make that, trim that. It's very short. Make sure the piece goes right into your oasis. So just after, yeah, that's right in. Here, I'm missing something here. See, as you're on your last pieces, see where you find there's a lot of space, and kind of focus on putting your flower in that area. And my final things to go in are eucalyptus, which has also got some lovely smell. that one piece I've just made into 3. Strip the lower leaves so you've got a decent amount of stem to go in the oasis. And even your little pieces like this, I can see a bit of tape here, so that's just hiding that there. Have long pieces if you want, either side again, but the silver just kind of stands away from the dark green, so that's why I like to leave that till the last. And then I've just got one more piece, and it's nice and long. Take away any damaged leaves. That's called dressing your flowers to make sure you're getting the best. I'm going to cut 4 pieces out of this, and that's going to hide my tape there. That's there. In the centre as well, and the other side. And that is your spring basket. Okay. Over to you. I want to see 19 of these in your version. Okay. I've got tables set up for ladies that need to sit down, and